thank you very much for clicking on the stream today. Trying to get used to this thing real quickly. And we're back. Mic checks if everybody can hear it. Sound if everybody can hear it. And I think we're pretty clear of what we're doing here today. So if you got to see my last video, what we're actually going to be doing is kind of going through the... What the heck was that? That was a weird noise. I rushed, and I feel like I got a few things that got kind of switched around. That's okay. Just trying to adjust a few things real quick, so just bear with me for a quick hot sec. I think that's about right. Okay. Oh, I know what that is. That's Bitcoin that's being found. Oh, that's a Bitcoin 2 block that was found. Congratulations to those who were in that. 4 members with 8 shares, they doubled that. And I will actually show you guys just a peek at that if you guys really want. It's exciting. You got 3 minutes before that thing starts. If you didn't get a chance to get in there, well, that is a bummer for you. I'll keep that there. Keep that there, and we're going to keep that there. And I'm going to do a couple more things to open up. And I'm going to share this in a few places. Share, copy. That's not what I wanted. Copy the link. And we're just going to be adding that a couple places here. Maybe get a few people to check out the live channel and kind of go about that. Ooh, I also want you up. Okay. Okay, I think we're good. So, as we're going to be discussing today, we got some OneClickMiner going on. Oh, I'm sorry. That's it. OneClickMiner. You saw my video before. This is what we kind of discussed when it came to not buying equipments, but still trying to dip into the chances of hitting a Bitcoin block or any other one. And so right now it is 1 minute before it starts. If you guys check that out right there, it looks like the team mined a block. We can check those details. I did not participate in that, but you can see that they were at a petahash. I think that's how you say it. 8 petahash or 8,000 terahash, and they found a block. Congratulations. And I believe that's not even halfway done. So let's actually just check that out real quick. I would love to show you guys this. For 3 hours, 8 petahash. If we went over to the solo mining And we went over to Bitcoin 2. Their chances of hitting that 8 petahash. So actually it would be as if we did 6 hours. No. Yeah. I don't think so. 3 hours, double that. So 1 in 4 chances. Every petahash for 3 hours, you get at 1 in 18. But you know what the cool part is? If you do a Bitcoin, your chances of hitting a block are ridiculous. 1 in 58,478. But because the team decided to get all gathered up and do this, it starts in 3 minutes. There is now 120 petahash. That is crazy. According to this, it's going to be a probability of 122. And I'm not going to be on here for the whole 12 hours. That would be a fun stream to just sit here and wait. I think I can get quite a few people to actually sit and watch, especially if it hits a block. That would be fun. Now, you all understand this. If you don't, this is how mining works. This is mining pool stats. I don't think there's a dark mode for this, so I'm sorry for any of you who don't like this, but this is what I got. Okay, so if you look at that screen, the hash rate for Bitcoin is 1.18 ZH. I'm going to say and guess that's a zettahash. If we, as a team, have gotten up to 120 petahash, I just want to go here and see what has been the most recent. Somebody, actually, right about here, 24 days ago, Kano.is had 34 petahash and they hit a block. You also have Pool Cryptex who had 300 45 hours ago. So it's not crazy. OneClickMiner had 148. And there was one I saw which was kind of crazy. It was Nerdpool. And I have my BitAxe. My BitAxe is down there. I will share some of the ratios that we have, or the chances or probabilities of hitting those things. But there was one with Nerdpool. Here. Nope, not there. Nope, not there. One of these right here. It's gonna be here soon. Seriously? Nice hash hit one. I promise you, I saw it because I checked mine. Nerdpool. I'm looking for a solo. Solo. Nerdpool. Oh, that was wrong. Okay. I thought it was this one for whatever reason. Maybe I just misread that. But I saw that and I thought, oh my gosh, the same pool that I was in hit a block. And I really thought I saw that. I feel like I'm missing that now. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm just thinking, OneClickMiner, here we go. Check this out. This is where we're going to be at, solo. Or I guess there's going to be a team one, but this is what we're facing for hitting a block. All these machines trying to find the next Bitcoin block. Is it going to happen? I have no idea. It's all about the probability. Everybody says it's gambling. If you're a math whiz, you love the odds factor of it. And so actually what I'm going to do is click back over here. It's starting. Let's see. That's not where I wanted to go. According to this, we have a 1 in 122. And so I kind of did the math. Yes, I asked AI to help me with this because I was trying to rush her to do some streaming stuff and making sure everything worked correctly. Turn that down just a jot right there. If that's too loud still, you guys can let me know if you want to. Okay, so looking at all the odds, this was fun to kind of figure this out. Because when you say 1 in 6, 1 in 216, 1 in 2.8 billion, it's all about looking at some dice. And as you can see in our thumbnail, you can look at it this way. So I have a BitX. It is the one that does 1.12, 1.5, I think it is. As of right now, I'm hashing 1.24 terahash, and I've been running that thing for about a month. Another video is going to come up how dirty it gets after a month. I saw my Nerd QX++, and that thing is filthy. Cannot believe it. So that one, my Nerd QX++ is hitting 5.2. It could reach 6. I'm not really sure if I want it to go that high, and everybody says it's fine, it won't cause any problems. I have my temperature that seems to stay pretty low. But back to the odds. So if you're running a BitX, and it's possible, we've had people post those things saying that there was a BitX that hit a block, and it's possible, so don't get me wrong. 1 terahash is going to bring you, let's see if I can find that. 1 terahash is going to be 1 in 14 million. According to, I believe I put the right hash rate for all of Bitcoin. That is as if you're rolling 9 dice and you have to hit every single dice on the same number. And it would be fun. I mean, if you have 9 dice, give it a chance. See how many times you would hit that. But it is a constant roll, roll, roll. And that's for your 12-hour window. If you can get 14 million chances of rolling all those 9 dice, it's telling us that you have 1 chance that you're going to try and hit every single dice 9 times. Same number on 1 roll. Is that going to happen? Oh, I have no idea. Because all it's something that you're doing is factoring out, is it going to be worth it? And I feel like, to me, having a BitX like this sitting in the corner, using the electricity of not even a light bulb nowadays, well, I guess 18 watts, maybe a light bulb, maybe an old light bulb. But just, why not? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, well, what are you going to do? Let's see. I might have to click on this. I'm not sure why that's working that way. For whatever reason, I'm not able to see that. But that's okay. I feel like we're good. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't doing all this and it wasn't live. So it is 1:09. We are officially live with this. And if you have checked this out before, or if you were here just a little bit early, this kind of got me excited. Because if you look at these details, again, congratulations to those 4 people who are participating in this blockchain. Or not blockchain, in the Team Bitcoin 2 3-hour mining block. They found one, and they can split it whatever way they found their proportions or their shares. We are right here. So it's not too shabby, and it's working up. So I believe we had 120 petahash. So are you curious? Are you curious if that's going to be... Yeah, get out of here. Are you curious of what that's actually going to do? What are your chances? I'm going to flip this over here because I feel like it would be more useful on this window. Don't mind me. I'm not a veteran when it comes to any of this streaming stuff. I try my best, and if people don't like it, I'm sure they can click on another video and do their best as well. But we're hopefully going to change that. And yeah. There. So, what was I saying? ADHD all day long. We were looking at the chances or the probability of 120. So we were talking about 1 terahash for a bidax, and it's as if you're rolling 9 dice. So now if you go ahead and get a, oh my gosh, a nerd QX++, that one ranges from 4 to 6 depending on how you run it. That is as if you have 1 in 3.5 million. So in a sense, it's as if you just take 1 dice away. You roll 8 dice in that 12-hour time frame, and you see if you can hit all the same number. It doesn't seem like a lot when it comes to the odds of that. And that's okay, because as the terahash increases, you still have a better shot. Yeah, okay. I'm looking at those numbers right. I feel like I did them backwards. So now if you go and amp up your terahash from 4 to 6, it gives you a 1 in 2.3 million chances. If you had the same 8 dice, it gives you the same probability, or just about. I'm sure there's a half a dice, or if you add numbers to a sided dice. This is just the easiest way. So if for whatever reason you get the, I want to see if I can find that page actually. Solo Satoshi. Maybe. Boom. This is Solo Satoshi. And oh man, I'm kicking myself. I had a chance. I reached out to them, asked a few questions. And when I clicked on here, I saw that this was not sold out. I had one in my cart, ready to get it. And you know what happened? I went to go click and buy it, and it said that your cart is not working properly. Turns out they were sold out again. That's how fast they went. And these are the upgraded versions, not with the fuse. But then I was quickly looking at one of these, because in Nebraska it gets kind of cold, so it could easily be useful to retain heat in the house or the garage. I don't think I'll ever get to something like this. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? This right here. The Avalon Q90th. Oh, 90th. 90 terahash. And I did the math on that too. To get something like that, that is more of a space heater for a garage. That would probably do a lot more work, but only useful in the winter. Yeah, see, check this out. I had one in my bag, and it won't do anything. It kind of stinks, but that's okay. So using this kind of a wattage, 90 terahash, what do you think your chances are for 90 terahash if you got something like this running in your garage for 12 hours? Your odds are 1 in 157,000. That is as if you are rolling 7 dice and trying to hit the same exact number. So for $1,800, maybe that's worth it. I have no idea. I'm sure the chances are better, actually. As we did in the video before this, talking about OneClickMiner, we're going to go to, what is it? Solo chance. Yeah, I'm going to drop you in this window here. No dark version, I'm sorry. Okay. So if you go ahead and click this and you do 90 terahash, as if you're using that space heater in the garage, and you live in a place that is very, very cold, you might have a chance to hit it in a year as if you rolled 1 in 226. So actually, that's closer to rolling 3 dice. So within a year, somewhere in that year, you're rolling 3 dice hoping to hit. That seems like a smaller odds. But again, every block is 11 million every hour, 2 million every day, almost 100,000. So it's all about the odds. There's nothing crazy about Bitcoin that makes it really hard to try to scam people to do. It is just the decentralized way. And cool part about that, I was able to find a Raspberry Pi 5 with another BitX, so that was kind of cool. That was on sale, and I'm hoping to start my own node because 2% is kind of crazy when it comes to paying it out, and it's another way to be decentralized. I like Bitcoin. I like the idea behind it. I'm no way any kind of high expert in any of that technology, at least not yet, but I like the idea behind it. So that's what that is. If you didn't go here and you went to something like where we were, solo mining, and you went to 1 petahash. What's 1 petahash? According to this, that seems off. Maybe that's, no, because that's only 3 hours. We went to 12 hours. And we went to 1 petahash. This says 1 in 14,000. This says 1 in 14,000. That is as if you were going to roll 6 dice and all land on the same side for 12 hours. That's not crazy. Well, let's say you have a chance to double Bitcoin that you have, some spare Bitcoin, and you do that. Well, it's not until you get to 4 petahash where you can actually eliminate a dice. Again, it seems more possible if you're able to. I mean, imagine if you were to hit a block. If your BitX or your NerdQX ++ hit a block and it told you hit a block. I mean, just being like sitting here and I thought I saw something when I saw the nerd pool go off. My heart skipped just a hairbeat because that would just be fantastic. I'd have to check everywhere to see if it actually worked though. Let's see, if you were to go to 10 petahash. Oh, nope, I don't think so. In order to drop from 5 dice to 4 dice, it's probably going to be 25 petahash. 10 petahash is 4 to 5 dice. It's 1 in 1,410. So I'm going to say 25 petahash. That's when it starts getting a little expensive. I mean, you're able to get a BitX and a NerdQX if you can find them in the same price range and run those by yourself in your house, wherever you want. When you start getting to this stuff, I mean, this is $1,800. That's just $500 away. 50 petahash, still 4 dice of rolling the probability. And if you go to something like pulverizer, 100 petahash, well, now you're almost dropping it to 3 dice. It says 3 to 4. It's 1 in 42. 1 in 142. But the fact that we are in team mining right now, oh my gosh, that always scares me, because I think we hit one. Yeah, I think that's just for that one, unless they just hit one. Right now, 160 petahash. That is nuts. So what's 160? You're getting closer to, I think you have to get to 1 EH, F a hash, I think that's called, to get to 2 dice. 1 in 15 chance. In a 12-hour window. Those odds are fantastic to me. It's possible too. So now you just have to kind of decide if it's worth it. If you have a chance to kind of... Did they find another one? Oh, I thought they had another one. Only found one block. But it's getting closer. Look at that. They're increasing it back and forth. That's kind of weird how that's unstable that is. I mean, 8 shares, 8 petahash. And you know the cool thing about this, I remember there was a moment when I was doing something, and I can't remember which one it was, but it was something of that sort. Because it's at 8 right there. Actually, if anything, they're boosting it a little bit. And the team was able to refund me because something wasn't working right. They didn't have to do that. I understand there's risk behind everything, and yet they were nice enough to do that. So that's kind of exciting to have a team like that. And again, if you saw my video before, this is a high risk thing. We can get all the way to, what is it? I don't think I can have. I have to go to the other one. Going Digibyte. I am sure, and I believe I have. I bought one of these. It's 1 in 1.4. Like, what are the odds for that? I mean, you're very likely to hit a block. But there have been times I bought that and there was nothing. There have been times I bought that and I got 2. You just have no idea. Same thing with this. In my previous video, I was talking to LDA about this stuff, the guy who hit a block, and I was probably doing this for a week beforehand. I bought a few of these, and he happened to try it once and hit it. I don't know if he did the 12-hour one or the 6-hour one, but he did. And that is crazy. And it was 100% true. He checked his wallet. It was there. His wife was super excited about it. So it is possible. These being all of the blocks that people have hit, paying out Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin 2, Digibyte, Monero, ASIC miners, CPU, GPU. But regardless, I hate that. I need to turn that off. And so that's kind of where we're sitting at right now. We got 11 hours and 40 minutes to go. We have, I believe, 120 petahash paid for. So let's see if there's 39 members who were able to add their shares. 120 shares, 120 petahash. So we're getting just closer to the 3 dice. 125. Actually, let's just go straight to this 120. So that'd be 1,200. Or we can be more accurate. This is a 24-hour window if we look at the day. So divide that in half and we're looking at 1 in 30 chance. Again, if it happens, it happens. That will be exciting. You're only going to get what you put into it. So if I put in 1, if I put in 1 share for this, then I'm assuming we're looking at 2,500. If you did 2, if you did 3, if you did 5, there are some, like if I'm not good with math here. So I did 3 shares. So my payout would be close to 7,000 if we did hit 1, but it's 3. There's no way. There are some 40. Yeah, that's about right. So if there's 40 members, divide that by 120. It's as if everybody put in 3 shares. If I did the math right, 4 times 3, yeah. Which is exciting. Hi, hello. Never understood how all that mining is. Maybe when I put solar power plant on my roof, it'll be worth it. It's bumped to 160 right now. As of right now, it's very close. Let's go straight across right there. 147. And if I heard some of these correctly, you kind of have to do that where you juice it all the way up and then it kind of stabilizes down to it. I didn't understand it either. Being new to crypto, it was just something I wanted to get into. The chances of doing it, it was exciting. But again, it's all about rolling the dice. Chances, probability, math. Which, I mean, my BitX sits there. What did I say it was? Terahash, it's as if I'm rolling 9 dice at the same time. Trying to hit 1 of the same number. No, if I'm rolling all 9 dice and getting the same number on every single one. I don't know. I like those odds as it just sits there and does nothing. My nerd QX, it's hitting 5.1 right now. Yeah, my nerd QX is hitting 5.1, and that's doing Bitcoin Cash. I just find it more likely it's going to do that. Chances of rolling dice, and I can try to ask real quick. If I went here to Bitcoin Cash, let's find out. I'm going to type this in here, paste. I think it was 5.1. Terahash. Looking at the probability of using that for Bitcoin Cash. I thought it was on that same window. Apparently not. My bad. Where is the link? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can find it. Open, copy. And right. Come on, paste. There you go. OneClickMiner, and then you just go to the toggle of team mining. I'm not sure if you log in. Actually, let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna open that in a private window and see if you can do it just not logged in. Go to team mining. Oh, that is bright. Dark mode, please. And if you go down, you cannot actually see what is being mined if you're not signed in. Bummer. So I'm giving you kind of a sneak peek of what you're actually seeing. But if you are interested, you're very welcome to do that. I didn't even put that. If you guys want to use my referral link and help me out, then I would suggest using my referral link for that. But I don't have that anywhere around here, which is stupid. I forgot to do that. But that's okay. I'm not looking for any extra quick bucks except for this block. So this is where we're at. Looks like Team Doge started something. I wish I would have known that. I would have maybe tried that. So you have 3 people in there. If you were to join that team for Team Doge, 6-hour gigahash, I'm assuming that's what GH is. Getting 1 share is going to cost 15 bucks per share. And if I put in 1 share, it's going to cost me $15. But I would actually be gaining as a reward if we hit a block 328. Is that good odds? I have no idea. I haven't really done the Dogecoin stuff. But if you're looking at that, it's 1 in 56. So what is 1 in 56 if we look back at some of this other stuff? 1 in 56, 1 in 56. It's like rolling 3 dice. You have a good chance of hitting that? Absolutely. Will you? I don't know. You kind of just have to take your chances and roll your dice. Again, this is not financial advice. I push dirt for a living. I barely understand some of this stuff. And I'm on the wrong stupid window again. So we were looking at Bitcoin Cash. I asked AI to see what the chances were of hitting that. Bitcoin Cash also has 10-minute blocks. So in 24 hours, it says I have 1 in 10,000 chances. If we look at what those odds are, 1 in 10,000, I'm going to say it's about 6 dice, somewhere around there. Yeah, it sounds about right. If I did something, if I combine both of them. So modest statement from your end. So modest. I tried. If I understood that correctly. But it's always good to see Zero Dune. I could find a link, but I just don't want to start clicking on stuff. I had a huge issue earlier. So I use this software RGB or Signal RGB, where the computer kind of like lights up and goes with the music and everything. And for whatever reason, my keyboard was not working correctly, and it freaked out. I had to shut everything down and turn that software off because it was bugging me. Oh, with dirt statement, yeah. I do push dirt for a living. I enjoy it. That's every kid's dream to play with dirt all day long. So, with that being the case, I don't recommend listening to me if any of this. This is DYOR. If you are anybody who has been around crypto, do your own research is always something that you should foremost look at. Oh, I heard a noise. Oh my gosh, how cool would that be? It's probably the same one. T mining. Oh my gosh. Dogecoin team hits a block? No freaking way. Man. 7 members, 13 shares, 650 3-hour window. That is ridiculous. Maybe that's a good sign. I don't have good signs very much. Don't follow your gut. It's do your again, this is just by chance. So if again you look at this, so they have, I'm sorry if I scroll too fast back and forth, but let me just reset this so that way I'm not getting all these DDDD. And sorry if that blows up your ears at all. So they found a block. I don't even know how to read that kind of stuff. So there's 7 members, 13 shares. If you go down here and you look at I'm gonna say here. I want to say, okay, come out. That's 3 hours. So this is going to be times 2. 13 shares, 7.5 you would need. So you would need to probably double this to give you your shares. So 1 in 30, I'm assuming, give or take a couple. So what's 1 in 30? It's like rolling 2 dice and hitting the same number. And if anybody plays Yahtzee, you know, sometimes that kind of gets on your nerve. Well, congratulations. 10% for me costs I bring you. Yeah, well, I don't believe in all that stuff. It's just, man, it's, I would love to have some time just to roll dice. And of course, there's a chance, just like everybody does, when you hear, I think it was just 6 months ago. 6 months ago, somebody used their BitX mining Bitcoin. They had a chance to hit a block. They did. And that is the 1 in 10 million chances, as if they're rolling 9 dice and every single one hitting the same exact number. Does that happen? Go find 9 dice. See if you can do it. See how frustrating it gets before you basically say, I'm done. Someone for Dogecoin. That's awesome. I mean, congratulations. No payout for that. If there's that many shares, I hate how that works like that. You roll or scroll on that and it. So that's what that is. Congratulations to the team right there. If anybody wants to jump in on one, and we'll check it out later on tonight, I would always be happy to do that. Bitcoin 2, if you haven't checked that out, they also hit a block. Congratulations to them. 9 dice has greater chance than hitting that block. Well, yeah, if you want to look at that. But that's what we're doing today. We're kind of trying to examine the difference. If you can put in somebody, I mean, I hate to say it, but if you have to dumb it down for some people, and they do say, what is a block? Or how do you mine Bitcoin? Or what is it? It's easy to say lottery. It's just lottery. It's by chance, and then you don't have to think about anything. I don't see it as lottery because there's there's really two options you can do. If I have this, or if I have the Nerd QX, or if I have the Avalon Q with the 90 terahash, you're playing with your odds and math and chances outweighing the electricity costs and the chances of hitting it. Because you could easily use this and go to a mining pool and gain cents. Actually, let me see if I can ask that, because I don't have the math to do that right now. So if I had a BitX that did, I think it was 1.2 terahash, a pool, we'll ask that question here. It's thinking. It will get back to me on that. I'd rather it think than give me a super quick question or answer. Okay, I've calculated 1.2 terahash by factoring Bitcoin the blocks. Oh, I see blue. That's getting exciting. Still calculating with fees. If you point a BitX 1.2 terahash to a mining pool, it looks like I would earn about 4.6 cents a day. What if I did it for 2 years? Now I could just simply just do the math and just 356 times 2 and times that, but we're going to see if AI can do the math for me. Two years. And it will do the math for you. What are the chances of it doing that? We're going to find out. Congratulations to you guys who, man, that is awesome. Congratulations to those who participated in the Bitcoin 2 team mining and Dogecoin. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna have to pop off real quick. Give me 1 second. I have my kiddo knocking, probably needing something. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go there, there. All right, sorry about that. I am back. My bad. Kids get priority when it comes to these things. That's just plain and simple. So where were we? ADHD got the best of me, walking away. Wonderful. I think I was looking at the Discord to see what everybody's doing. Uh-oh. Well, looks like that. Oh, whoopsie. So if you are in the Discord, the guy who kind of runs this whole thing, it says, I have canceled the upcoming Team Doge run. You were participating and refunded the Bitcoin into the available balance. This is because the Doge team merged mining and causing confusion. I will be updated soon to reflect all the merged coins as well. Apologies for the inconvenience. Doge team back soon as Team LTC instead. Interesting. So as you can see, they just turn that off because they have to take some things off. Well, what are you going to do? Let's refresh it and see what happens. So I can actually ask. Yeah, we'll see. I just simply asked, is that going to be happening? Since they technically did hit a block, or is that something completely different? Well, we'll see. This thing runs for 12 hours, so hopefully nothing happens with that. Whoa. Jeez, oh, crummy. Foot caught that. So, correction, that is not actual Dogecoin. That is some weird merge altcoin type thing. Other than that, yes, I see that. That's weird. Blip. Look at that. Oh, that actually corrects what I was talking to Ninja Dev about Quick Intel and their glitch in their scanner. So, we're going to look at this real quick, a little tighter. I'm not going to stay on here for 12 straight hours. But it was fun to jump on here. So if you notice, if you ever get to see some of this stuff, let's see if I can actually close that so I don't have to worry about it. And I'm going to open that. Okay. I had to find a way to really understand some of these things when people ask questions. And this is probably going to be the best one to look at. So I don't like that. When you see something like this, if you were to participate in this, not saying you have to, not saying you're going to. When you see this right here, I want you to kind of think of it as a football strategy. You're on the end zone, the goal line of your own side of the field. Okay, your linemen are all lined up. You're a running back. You're given the ball, and you see that hole open up, and you get 9 yards. I believe it's 100% when you hit the block. You get 9 yards, and it's wide open until you actually get all the way to the end zone, open end zone, blocking, pushing everybody. But someone tackles you 9 yards down, and then you find out there was a flag on the play. It just has to reset the play. There's no penalty. They just say we need to redo the time, reset the clock, start at the same spot of the end zone, and that's where you get these. Boom, 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 boom. If you are fortunate and you make the block, that is like a breakaway. You scored a touchdown. Pretty simple analogy. Try to understand that. So if you see some of these that hit 50%, that is somebody tripped at the 50-yard line before they could score, or someone dove and tackled you. Another, again, got to redo the down, go all the way back to the goal line. And the more powerful you are, the better chance you have to scoring that touchdown. That's the best way I can understand that. If you guys get a chance to, feel free to take a look at this stuff. This stuff is really interesting, but again, you have to kind of do your research, understand what you're doing. This is high risk. You might hit one, you might not. Plain and simple. And just for giggles, while we do this, man, that is just going at crazy high. What is the price of Bitcoin Cash right now? $600. The all-time high of Bitcoin Cash is 4. When was that? 2017. So that bull run, 2021 did not even come close to hitting its all-time high. That probably was disappointing there. Everybody thinking that it was probably going to be higher than that, and it didn't. So if that was it's got to get at least above 1400 if it's going to work its way up, or it's just going to start going down again. 647, 666, and it's at 623. If that's not topping out and dying away, I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, if, and I mean if, that happens, but we're gonna give that a shot. We're gonna give it a go if I have anything in my wallet. Cool, I did. So I get to partake in some Bitcoin Cash as well. I think I have one more available to use. I want to try XMR. That's probably my lowest chance to get something at least worth it. So 400 versus that. Actually, I could do 2 if I really wanted to. I can do 2 more teams. So if somebody wants to go in a team before I make a decision on that, feel free to let me know. But I only have enough for a 6. And then I have done so many of these, I'm probably getting to that point of I might as well buy a miner. I don't know. It's hard to say. But anyway, I think that's all I got today. I've been on for, oh my gosh, Ruid, you're finally here and I'm about to jump off. Thanks a lot, man. Hope you're doing well. Camo, miss you. Thanks, I miss you guys too. When it comes to trying to do some of this, I know this was a last minute thing. In my video, I said I was going to try to do this, but this is what happened. Okay. I understand. I will. Actually, Let me see if I can do that. If you guys want to. Not saying you have to. Not saying you're going to. I will put my referral link down there if anybody wants to give it a shot. Remember, you got to use it within 24 hours or else the reward doesn't happen, which I'm fine with. I get it. But if I go to edit here, and I will put that in the link. If you don't want to, I'll also put the whole link of OneClickMiner there as well. That is in the description right now if you want to go give it a shot. Again, think twice. Do your research. And hopefully that T-mining... Oh my gosh, that noise gets me every time. There's one person who's doing a 3-hour one. And there's nobody for that one. There's nobody for that one. And eventually he'll bring back the other one. So anyway, that's what I got so far. I appreciate everybody for popping in on here. It was a fun time to kind of go over this stuff. Transition to that, and that's a lot. I have no more to discuss with this. It's just you have to wait, and it's gonna kill me. I'm going to be peeking at this for a long time, at least for another 11 hours. But you will definitely hear from me if we do hit a block, and if it doesn't, well, there you go. I like the team mining, so I'm glad that they decided to do something like that. With that being said, I appreciate everybody being here. I like to end off with my favorite song for my music in my streams. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know down below. If you haven't subscribed, well, this is me asking politely, please subscribe. I'd love to get my viewers up. If you like the video, please. I said please. And we're gonna end, actually. My kid got me these dad jokes. You know why it's important? It's important to laugh. Let's just hope that I don't publicly humiliate myself for not understanding or reading words. Here we go. Cute little ties too. Dad joke. How do you organize a space party? You plan it. All right, with that being said, on that good note, we're going to take off. Thank you so much for joining today. Hope to catch you again, and I will talk to you guys later.